Hi guys, just to finish off part 2 of the alternate landing gear extension sequence. Today I'm in the Boeing 747-400 simulator, and this 400 simulator doesn't have an electronic checklist, but what it does have is what we call a QRH, Quick Reference Handbook. So just to continue where we left off in the Boeing 747-8 simulator, the situation was, if we come across here, was that the gear disagree came on. The gear door obviously was there. The expanded landing gear presentation came up, and it showed that the left wing gear was still up. Okay, and the other three were down. So looking through the checklist, in the checklist over here on the 400, it says one or more of these occur. The gear position disagrees with the landing gear lever position, which is correct. The landing gear lever is jammed in the off position. That is not the case for us. Objective: to extend the gear using alternate gear extension or land on the available gear. Exactly the same as the 747-8. So choose one. Landing gear lever is up. No, it isn't. It's down. There it is. Okay, next. Landing gear down and all gear indicate down. That is not the case either, because the landing gear is down and the left wing gear is still up. So that is not the case. So we move on to the next one. Landing gear lever down and any gear indicates not down. That is our case. Landing gear lever is down and the wing gear is indicating not down. So do not exceed the gear extend limit speed 270 knots or 0.82 mark. Landing gear lever up, exactly as we did in the Dash 8. So I'll come up here, I'll pull the lever, and you can hear the gear is going up. By the way, the crosshatch here means that the gear is in transit. This one's still up, so it doesn't have a crosshatch. So once the gear is up, it will indicate up, and you see the gear disagree has gone away. The gear door has gone away because the door is closed, and the gear now agrees it is up. The gear lever is in the up position, so all the warnings disappear, which makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, next. Then it says, go to step 4. Landing gear lever not move up. That's not us. Landing gear lever jammed in the off position. That's not up. So we'll go all the way to step 4. On the 400, there is an off position on the landing gear lever, unlike the 747-8. The off position just depressurizes the system, and the gear is locked up anyway with up locks. So it just depressurizes the hydraulics, and that was the system on the 400 and all the 747 classics as well. So next is we'll do that. We'll put the gear lever to off. The lever, pull that to the off position. There's the off position there. So it's in the off position. It's got an up, off, and down. Okay. Next, it says landing gear lever off, and then it says do not exceed the gear extend limit speed of 270 knots. We're currently doing 200 knots. Okay, see that? We're doing 200 knots, just over 200 knots, which is perfect for us. So we're not exceeding any limits. Next, it says alternate gear extend wing switch to alternate. So alternate gear extend wing switch. There it is, nose and body, and there's the wing. The same as I did in the Dash 8. I'll lift the guard and press that, and it says alternate, and the expanded landing gear presentation comes up again, and you can see one of the gears is now traveling. In fact, both of them, the wing gear and on the left and the right, is going down, because we can't just lower one side. So one side will cause the other one to also be lowered on the alternate system. So that's what's going on. So let's have a look here. Let's wait until we get the green on the two wing gears. So the wing gear is now down on both sides. Gear lever is still off. We've got flaps 10. We were on the approach, so we've asked air traffic control to delay the approach because we've got to sort this out. So coming up here, you notice something? Did you hear that alert? Have a look here. Look what it says here. The gear disagree comes up again. Now, the gear disagree confuses a lot of pilots when they're doing this drill. When they're doing this drill, the gear disagree comes up, having disappeared after they took the landing gear up. Now the gear disagree comes up again because let's have a look at what we have. It disagrees, it comes up again as gear disagree because now the gear lever is off and part of the gear is down and part of the gear is up. So this disagrees completely with the gear condition. So it comes for a second time, it says, hey, the gear disagrees because some of it is up, some of it is down. Just the same situation as we had when we put the gear lever down and all the gear didn't go down. Again, any gear that's not in agreement with the gear lever will bring up the gear disagree. So that's what's going on there. So if it comes up a second time, don't be alarmed and don't think something else has gone wrong. Nothing's gone wrong. That's just what's going on, because now, even though you've lowered the wing gear, the gear disagree has come up for the second time. Okay, so then it says alternate gear extend nose and body switch alternate. Okay, nose and body switch alternate. There again. I'll press that. Expanded landing gear presentation is already there. So now the nose and body gear will go down, and there it is. Crosshatch. The nose gear takes a little bit longer, but it should come up again. Crosshatch to indicate the gear is in transit. There you go. That's the nose gear now, just starting to go into transit. See the body gear, much heavier and bigger, has already locked down. The nose gear, smaller and only 2 wheels on it, is still extending. The gear lever at this stage is still in the off position. So all the gear is now down. Okay, so on the checklist, alternate gear nose and body switch alternate. We've done that. And then it says reduction of speed to below 0.6 mark may be needed for the wing gear to lock down. Well, we don't have to do that because it has locked down already. Wait 90 seconds. Okay, the same as the 747-8, remember? It just means everything goes into position and all the hydraulics and anything that would be in the way is completely removed, because this is free fall and the up lock has been basically removed by electronic means as opposed to hydraulic, because the gear is normal operation is hydraulic. Do you notice something else? The nose gear and the body gear were all operating normally when we lowered the gear in the first place. But having lowered the gear in the alternate, by the alternate means for the wing gear, we have to do that for the entire gear. We can't have part of the gear lowered in the normal system using hydraulics and the rest of the gear lowered by gravity feed. So if any part of the gear doesn't lower, the entire gear has to be lowered by the alternate means. That's why, even though the gear from previously was operating normally, even that gear had to be lowered by the alternate means, even though it's working, as I said. 90 seconds is up. Let's have a look. Wait 9 seconds. Choose one. All gear indicate down. Yes, all gear does indicate down. That's correct. And then it says go to step 11. And step 11 says choose one. All gear indicate down. Landing gear lever if possible down. Okay, landing gear lever if possible down. That is now going down. So the gear disagree has gone away, because now the gear is down, the gear lever is also down, and everything agrees. And we are now ready for the approach. Approach Cathay 528. We would like to come round now for an approach requesting radar vectors. And that's it. That's how it goes. Later.